glad you enjoy it.
That's a damn good tequila.
They're gonna be happy.
Look at that right there. Beautiful. Okay, so cheers to that. We're opening up Drink Champ style today. ThinkSpace listeners, what's happening? You're now tuned in. My name is Joss Biggins, but you already know me because you've been listening for a minute now. I'm hanging out. What's your title, my man? Do you have a title?
Well, I got, everyone knows me as Citto Kain.
Right.
That's my handle.
The CEO, the entrepreneur, the businessman, the artist,
I'm an entrepreneur, founder,
right,
friend,
father,
husband, father. Yeah.
Congratulations with the youngborn.
Appreciate it.
Life changes, hey.
Yeah. Life does change.
Life changes.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, it's amazing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, no doubt. So, we just got blessed with honor right there. Can you? So what's the story behind this right here? Obviously, listeners will be like, oh, what? They got a sponsorship now? Nah, not like that. We gotta.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be. We can maybe make some calls, but what's the backstory there with that one?
That's a company that's owned by Kate del Castillo from Mexico. She's a big actress, model, superstar, in that country. So, this thing was actually, as funny as, you know who she is? She's the one that went to visit El Chapo.
Oh, El Chapo.
Champagne. And then they drank the tequila.
Where is El Chapo right now?
I think he's sitting down in prison.
That's what I thought.
States.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Crazy. When did he get locked up? When was that?
Sometime last year, I believe.
Right, that was right. I swear it was right after that game track. Remember that one, El Chapo? No.
I know the track. Yeah. Definitely after that time.
Yeah, no, that's authentic. That's a smooth tequila right there. I don't even.
Glad you like it.
I don't even drink like that. That's a beautiful tequila right there.
That's craft.
That might be my favorite tequila. And I just said I'm not getting paid to say that might be my favorite tequila right there. That's smooth.
Well, it's top shelf. And you're going to find it right alongside with brands like Don Julio and all that.
Oh, yeah.
I think the price point, it's touching about $118 on the shelf.
Ooh, good Lord.
Well, Patron is like what? Oh, no, $109. And I think Patron is like what, $98?
Yeah.
So you're getting like a way better tequila.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So that's one thing. And then we also got sitting on the table here, like you said, you're a man of many hats, many professions. I like that you take the title founder. That's very iconic. Can you talk to me a little bit about what this is right here in the water business? How'd that come to fruition? What's the story right there?
Yeah, Liquidus Water. And
you want to hug that mic for me, bro?
Yeah, Liquidus Water. Pretty much, I'm entrepreneurial, and when I got into the music business, I started looking at the end game,
right,
and sustainability, and just what I can use this platform for.
Longevity.
Yeah, absolutely. And water just made sense to me because you can't live without it.
You selling air now too?
You can't live without that. You know what? They are selling air in China and places like this, and they're putting in so
those
never
cans,
know, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I might get into that as well.
Could happen.
Yeah.
Well, you say when you got into the music industry, you saw the end game a little bit. So we're talking 90s?
Since I've been involved in this business, I started in 99.
Yeah.
Mix Cartel was my first company.
Right.
That time, mixtapes was the thing.
Right.
Because we didn't have distribution and all this, and I just wanted to sell music. So I started selling mixtapes, and I did that till about 98 successfully.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
But 98, I did that till 08.
08,
I started in 99. I did that till 08.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
08?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You survived LimeWire? Oh my gosh.
You know what?
Crazy.
We're kind of in the beginning. Hats off to Dat Piff. They were kind of one of the first that kind of, seen the streaming wave.
Yep.
Right? And
in about 08.
Yeah. Around 07, 08.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was already online. I was selling mixtapes on there, but yeah, streaming was the way. And at that time, if you were involved in that world, programming, that kind of software was super expensive.
Of course.
Right? And the lingo wasn't there.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You had to really be in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to be a computer science major to really understand it.
You know, funny is I did some courses on like programmer analytics and or programmer analysts, you know, development and all that, but that didn't last very long.
Hopefully got a little bit of education out of it though.
Definitely. No, I left school in pursuits of like what I thought at the time were going to be better opportunities for me, and you know, glad it worked out.
Well, I was gonna say you're looking at it like it was a bad move. I'm pretty sure things worked out for you. It wasn't a
bad move. It was just interesting.
Right.
Like I have to go through as an entrepreneur, as like a founder, you go through all the ups and downs of any business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Business is not one of these things where you're just gonna be like, it's cool to open up a company and you think you're gonna survive and make money. You know?
Well, shit, it might be in 2018 with all these, you know, I mean, as soon as I put entrepreneur in my Instagram bio, you know, that's it, right?
What does that mean though?
Tells me all I need to know, I guess. I mean, it doesn't mean jack at the end of the day, right? But,
yeah. Like, you know, they even, you know, that word is kind of even watered down nowadays, like entrepreneur. That's why I'm a founder.
Yeah, I like that.
I built something that's lasting, you know, and it's going to continue to last.
I like that a lot with, you know, just what you said there with entrepreneur, saying the word entrepreneur is watered down. I feel like a lot of words are watered down these days with the, you know, rise of social media. So words like entrepreneur, you know, I kind of cringe a little bit. Like a little part of me is like, okay, because if you really were, you wouldn't be, you know, out here bragging about it every day.
It's like,
you know
saying
what I'm saying?
Doctor.
Exactly,
right.
exactly. Like entrepreneur, you know, grinding, working, hustling, things like that. Like I don't even like these words. Like for instance, you know, I'll have someone call me and I say, hey, you know, what are you up to? And I don't even like saying, oh, I'm about to hop into a meeting, because that seems like a facade. You know, right. Like I try to change up my linguistics a little bit. Like I'm about to hop into a conversation or something like that, right? Because you don't want to, you know. I'm not about talking the talk, so to speak, right? It's better.
It's more through your actions.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's the way it should be.
Absolutely. So you said you started out 98 to 08. First off,
99 to 08.
99 to 08.
Yeah.
That's incredible longevity for mixtapes. Because that was like the dream coming out.
Well, like around 08, we're just keeping the dream alive, right?
Of course.
You know, it went from like selling thousands of these units a month to hundreds, right?
Yeah, money got tight.
You know, anybody that is an entrepreneur is going to find a way to make it, you know, like a real entrepreneur, right?
like a real hustler.
A real hustler. I'm going to take it away from all the, I had to hustle.
Yeah.
You know, and when I pretty much like stopped hustling mixtapes, I found a new hustle with the music, because that's where my heart was. You know, so I tried the distribution angle in the beginning, in the early stages, but the music business was on, you know, it was trying to figure itself out at the time, right?
Well, yeah, people thought it was dead.
Yeah,
right. I mean, even in the early 2000s, you know, record companies were not seeing the numbers that they were seeing in the 80s and the 90s, right?
Yeah.
So they thought it was dead then. You know, well, how many records are you actually physically selling now? None.
Yeah, it was a time for the whole game to evolve. So when the paradigm shifted, you know, even it took a long time for a lot of companies to even realize that streaming was a major player and it's here to stay.
Right.
I got guys coming up to me still telling me that, you know, we missed this boat. We were trying our hardest to keep it out of the game.
Yeah.
And here it is.
Right.
And now we're trying to evolve with it, right? So, but it's interesting.
I feel like, you know, a lot of people had a lot to lose from streaming, right? If you didn't actually change your ways and move and be malleable with the industry. There was, you know, a lot of people lost a lot of money. A lot of people went out of business.
Yeah, no, this is true, right? But just like any business, man, you got to know the inside and out.
I feel like, you know what, we can talk about that retrospect, but I feel like even now, I see that similar kind of dialogue or happening now, or storyline happening with Tesla and with electric energy. There's a lot of people trying to keep that down, right? And, you know, obviously with my background in finance or whatever, we see, I mean, Tesla is the most heavily shorted stock in America.
Why do you think that is?
There's a lot of money behind that.
All right.
To be the most heavily shorted stock, you have to have a lot of capital behind that, which means there's a lot of investors not betting on that. Now, if you're your average investor, your average advisor, or even portfolio manager or pension fund manager, like, you know, you're gonna recognize the how should I say, the value or potential of electric, and lithium and things like that, right? So there's a lot of industries that stand to dissolve from the prospering of that company.
Yeah. And that's a scary one for a lot of people. There's a lot of people that were betting on one way for a long time.
Yeah.
Right. That's a deep conversation. You're getting into the oil industry and all that, right? So, yeah, it's a game changer. It's disruptive. So when there's something that comes and disrupts the market, we're watching it firsthand. What happens
right now?
Yeah,
totally.
It's an interesting time.
It's a beautiful time.
Right.
Like it's exhilarating, right? Like things are moving, things are shifting. You have to stay on your toes constantly.
Yeah.
Right.
Things like snap of a finger.
Yeah, just like that. And it's interesting, when I hear your story a little bit, you kind of were one of the guys to move, well with it, because even coming up, like being a hustler and selling mixtapes is a beautiful thing. Like it's fun. You seem like a person that, enjoyed the hustle and bustle of it constantly, actually like physical hand to hand. Here's 10 for that, whatever. Right. Like, I remember coming up, like when I first downloaded LimeWire in, I don't know, 06 or whatever it was, or I think I was late on it too. But that was my favorite thing to do, was just go to Walmart, get that 100 stack of blank CDs, and then make your own mixes, blah, 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 blah. And then you just would find random music. I remember finding like Drake, City Is Mine, way back in the day, comeback season, stuff like that, and just be like, oh, this is the next guy, hand it out. And just that, like, digital hustling is one thing, and entrepreneurship is a completely different high, if you will, from my opinion. Like you building a business is like a passion, a love. But when you get to actually hustling on the street and actually doing hand to hand, standing outside of the club, handing out mixtapes or handing out brochures or whatever, it's a different rush. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Something you probably embraced throughout the years a little bit.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I still do. If I get an opportunity where I could sell something to somebody, like in a record store, yeah, believe me, it's happening. We just did a Mercules in store. Where was that? In Kelowna.
Yeah. And
I went to the back wall and I seen some kids looking at the CDs, and I know I pushed. I was like, yeah, you need to get that right now, right? It's right here in front of you, right?
Yeah.
Go get it signed now.
Go get that. Yeah. You standing right over there.
So it's happening, right?
That's gonna be worth something. Yeah.
Actually, it was a couple of my copies went with that. So
there you go. There you go.
So,
there you go. Yeah, right. Double up for sure.
Go, right. So
are you a Nipsey fan?
Oh, yeah.
Must be. I'm just guessing. Yeah.
I respect it.
Yeah. The marathon continues. Right. That's interesting to me. You're kind of like the northern embodiment of that, from what I understand a little bit. Would you not say? I mean, multiple income streams coming up to the music, understanding vertical integration, distribution. There's a lot. I'm drawing a lot of parallels right now.
That frequency. You know what I mean? I'm just on that frequency, and I respect everything that those guys have done. At All Money In and Nipsey and his family, because that's, to my knowledge, that's who's behind them. So
interesting, yeah.
We have the same thing. Like, it's everybody around me is related in some way, and I just want to create something that we built,
right?
That we did right here.
So let me play devil's advocate to that, because I totally agree. Like, let me first and foremost, I totally agree. But a lot of people say don't mix family and business.
Yeah, that's true in a lot of cases, but it's how you mix family and business, right? If somebody's not good at a particular, task, is that going to be the person you're going to put? You just set yourself up for disappointment at that point,
right?
If a lot of people do business, like family with their business. I mean, sorry, business with their
family, yeah,
family members and whatnot. It's just, you have to look. It's not surface level. Trust, communication, all these sort of things have to be there. Right.
And that, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't do all my business with my family, but, I get them involved. They all run their own businesses too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Is this have a way that it's streamlined and works?
Yeah. Put the right people in the right situations.
Yeah.
Rather than, but I mean, that can get awkward. I mean, say I'm, your cousin Joe, and I love production, And turns out I'm not that great at production, but I'm gonna look at my big uncle right here and say, hey, put me in the studio, right? Like
Right.
there's gonna be times when, you know, maybe there's some awkward conversations there, no?
You know what? And I had to learn how to have those awkward conversations and be able to set the tone to have that.
How do you do that?
Oh, that's communication. You know what I mean?
101.
That's communication 101. Absolutely. I mean, everybody's different. If I have to have a tough conversation, every person I'm going to have that conversation with is going to be a different approach, right? These are people you're dealing with.
Right.
So, you know, I'm not a psychologist, but there's a lot of psychology in that involved. There's a lot of, you know, learning people and just having that, being on the same frequency. You got to be on the same page.
Right.
Does it work for me every time? No. But it's worked for me a lot of the time. Most of it.
A buzzword right now is emotional intelligence.
Buzzwords, yeah. Yeah, man.
Right.
Just like hustle, I was trying to stay away from these buzzwords, but you know,
But it's true, man.
Emotional intelligence, yeah, absolutely.
I mean, trying to have that conversation, you know, with cousin Joe, like, hey, listen, let's put you in a situation to win. I don't think this is a situation where you can win, you know, like how just to communicate that simple, very, very simple message.
Oh, for sure. Like, it's all about how cousin Joe looks at it. Oh, you don't believe in me, or you're giving me too much, without saying that you're giving me too much.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, interesting.
Ask those questions.
Right.
You get the answers.
Yeah,
You know
and
what
be
I
able
mean?
to take them.
Yeah. Like, you have to ask those questions. You don't have to be, you know, you don't have to sugarcoat it, but ask the right questions. If you ask the right questions, you get the right answers.
Shit.
Yeah.
Can you take the right answers, though?
Not everybody can, but that's understanding how people think, right? You're not going to have a volatile conversation with somebody who can't handle it, right? Why would you even put yourself in that position?
Emotional intelligence.
Right? Like, I'm one to, like, avoid. If I see somebody's kind of, you know, just hard-headed, don't want to listen and stuff like that, I'd rather wait till, you know what I mean, they get a little bit more knowledge, you know, a little bit more life experience.
To be able to handle that communication. Yeah.
And unfortunately, it slows a lot of people down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people lost opportunities because they didn't know how to communicate.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Nah, shit. I've lost opportunities because of that. I mean, it's a lot of it is, you know, being young and a man is tough too, because you're a little bit confused, right? And your egos, it may be inflated, or it's just, you know, you don't really know, you don't understand perspective, right? So taking back. I mean, even with people I have sit across this table from me is like, you know, okay, you know, you might, yeah, sure, Josh, you might have ideas, you might have, you know, certain philosophies, but why don't you just, I mean, one of the things this podcast has taught me is why don't you just sit back and shut up for a bit, right? Like, just sit back and shut up. I bet you'll learn something, right? And then obviously, and you know, I run back over all these podcasts, and it's like, oh yeah, good. Thank God you shut up there. You know,
you took the time to listen.
Of course.
Right.
Of course. And treating everybody that you encounter, you know, with a level of dignity and respect. You know, it's cliche, but like, respect your elders, right?
Yeah.
And arguing with a fool is a waste of energy as well, right? Like, it's a total waste of energy.
That's what it is. Those are the basics that you got to know. You know? Like, there's the basics.
1 and 2.
That's the manual.
Yeah.
You know, if you can understand that, then, you know, you got a good foundation.
Totally.
And you're going to be able to handle yourself in good, like, you talk to all kinds of people, right? So you got to have an understanding of how this works. You know, it's
Yeah. And if you don't,
that's vital.
Yeah, if you don't, like, we're lucky, man. Like, I've said this before, like, you know, you're number 14 for us, right? So I've had 14 different conversations with 14 people, like, just like what we met an hour ago, right? Obviously caught a vibe, but it's like, if you don't have that how-to manual, those two fundamentals to it, this shit doesn't work, and the consequences are dire, right?
Right.
Especially, I mean, sure, this is one thing. Maybe a guest gets mad, or we have a bad conversation. We don't put a podcast out, or whatever. But
does
like,
that even happen?
No, of course not. Of course, it doesn't happen, right? And but in business, it could be way more dire. You know, like, you so much experience with you know funding companies and dealing with venture capitalists and whatnot. You know, if you suddenly if your personalities don't sync up right away, you know, that might have been $1 million walking out the door there, right?
Man. Yeah, that's what it is. It's so easy to, get this close, but you can blow it just like that.
Yup.
I've seen a lot of people blow opportunities. I've had situations like, not a lot because, but little things that kind of have gone south, you got to learn from it.
Oh man, you can't have all wins.
Yeah.
Can't have all wins.
No, you can't.
Yeah.
Like my record is good though, but it could be better.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got sidetracked a little bit there. I'm super interested. Can you break down the whole Mixed Cartel era and what that was like for you? Because I'm trying to give listeners a little bit of context here, because they're probably listening like, okay, this guy talks a certain way. Like, what does he know? What has he done? And they're probably pretty curious at this point. Like, well, so how'd you start out with Mixed Cartel?
Mixed Cartel was my first company.
Okay.
That name resonates in those circles. There's a lot of people that feel like they've heard it and they may have not. Sorry,
I don't mean to cut you off, but in those circles, I don't think that's correct. I think that's just in the area in general.
Right.
I don't think it's necessarily circles. It's here.
It's a big name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that was my first company that was like serious, and I was just out there. I was selling mixtapes hand to hand. I had good ways of distribution. I know who had money to spend, like in just extra income, right?
Yeah.
So, I'd take them like the 25 CDs and be like, yo, give me this much.
Wow.
And I'd do that to like 10 cats in like a day, whenever I get something new. But I got something new coming out every 2 weeks, right?
Right,
because
right.
Closer to like, 03, 04, there was a new mixtape every day.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was like classics, I had like the first G Unit radio mixtapes. I had the first Dipset mixtapes. Stuff that nobody could get.
Change the game.
Yeah.
Change the game. Mr. Martini was on this podcast. He was like, "Yo, I was in Atlanta for an All-Star game, early 2000s, and I got the new G Unit radio mixtape, and
right.
everybody's whip that I hopped in. I was like, yo, let me put this in. Like that's how hot it was. I feel like kids, my generation and younger, will never have that. Like you remember just having that CD and you're like, this shit right here.
Yeah.
Just wait.
Just to share, right?
Right.
Yeah. Like the way people used to share music and all that kind of stuff. Like, yo, I got something. We got to listen to it right now.
Man, that's crazy.
Like, we can't listen to anything else until we listen to this. That's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some there's cats out there. Like I've been to parties where like the kids are like, yo, we got to listen to this right now. And that's cool to see. But back then it was like, yo, no, everything's shut down. Yeah. Everything stops right now.
You don't get a drink? No. You get a drink later, okay?
Yeah, like right now we got to do this.
Yeah.
And that was the cool thing. So, I was call to action and just urgency to buy. Mm-hmm. I had that down pat. And
totally.
I used to sell mixtapes like that. It was just second nature, right?
Yeah. Huh.
So.
How'd you get that? How did it become second nature for you? Just in your blood?
Yeah, just selling,
Yeah.
I don't try to oversell people. You know what I mean? Like, you don't got to lie to people to sell them something. Mm-hmm. You just got to tell them why it's hot and why they need to buy it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Word.
I've hired a lot of people that'd be like, yo, like so extra about selling something that they lose the sale.
Right.
Like, before it even starts. And I'm like, yo, you didn't even need to go that far.
Yeah.
You got to set up a scenario. You got to tell a person why they should buy this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why should they spend their money on that?
Yeah.
Without pissing them off.
Right.
So, we swear on this and all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay,
Don't worry
cool.
about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. It's an art. It's art for sure. I'm not a salesman. I engage in dialogue.
Right.
And that seems to work. Like if you just have genuine, pure-hearted conversations, like where there's truly a value exchange, I don't think you really need to sell that much. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that's when you get really good at it. That's kind of where you go. But who am I to say? So let me bring back this context, though.
Music was easy.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna go back into all that for sure. Right. But music was easy because everybody, everyone needs it. This is gonna make your day or make or break your day, right? So that
make your week.
Yeah. So that's how I used to sell mixtapes, and I did that till about 2008. When obviously it was downhill and the economy crashed in the U.S. and whatnot, and 2010, I launched Flight Academy Music, which is my label currently, FAM. And that brings us to where we are right now. You know what I mean? So in that time of mixtapes and like between 99 and 08, I was also, I was skateboarding heavy.
Oh, no way.
So it was really easy for me to be in the right places, I was skateboarding heavy till about 03. It's what I grew up doing, right? But then I got some other homies like, F and SDK guys, right? They're all out in Surrey. And I got an opportunity to come out on a tour with my brother Caspian and Vish and stuff, and they brought me out there, and it was interesting. Like, it wasn't a popping tour. Like, we went to some venues, and there was, like, nobody there.
What year was this?
This is, like, 04.
Okay, I was going to say, because I don't think that would happen these days. But
yeah, this is, like, 04.
Okay.
Right? So I got my first taste of, like, what this is like. You know what I mean? We started the tour, and I'm just the homie.
Right.
But the midway on the tour, now I'm playing a role. I'm selling people's tapes on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm having conversations. I'm networking.
Right.
Essentially, it's like I learned what co-management and road management and all this was on that trip. And that kind of changed things for me.
04.
Yeah, it opened up a lot of doors for me.
Damn.
In my mind, right?
Wow.
So I got to see that. And actually, in that same trip in 04, I met my good brother Joey Styles. This is a trippy story too. Yeah. How we met.
Okay.
So I'll tell you.
Joey just won some stuff, did he not?
Yeah.
Juno.
SAS Music Award.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Yeah.
SAS Music Award.
Shout out to him. Yeah. Shout out to Joey for sure.
He's killing it. Him and Carson Gray. Then they got #1 hits on like especially radio stations and all these different avenues of music that it's nuts.
Yeah,
they're iconic.
Yeah. Yeah, especially within the Aboriginal community, like that's just it's unreal. It's truly unreal to see that level of.
Joey's an icon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The whole world hasn't been exposed, but I tell you this, they are gonna know. You know what I mean. The whole world hasn't seen him yet, but his energy is super strong, and they're gonna know it.
He still make quality music too, absolutely quality music. How do you think?
I'll tell you this story.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
You know what I mean?
Please.
Yeah. A lot of people want to hear that story, so I was like,
I'm in the middle of. You're on tour.
We're on tour.
Okay,
and we're in the middle of. We get to Saskatoon. I've never been to Saskatoon, and I know some of the boys have a link to Joey, but everyone's kind of tired, right?
Of course.
We've been on the road, and no one's making that call, and I'm like, I'm hype. I'm like, yeah, let me get out here. Let's go meet these cats and shit. So. Everyone's sleeping, chilling back at the hotel. I'm out now. I've already grabbed a bunch of cats' mixtapes, like Cut Corners had a tape. Who else had a tape? I know, like Moves had a tape. Who else was on there? I think it was like Neo Tarek had like one of his tapes or something. This is like an odd bunch too, right?
Sure. Like
this trip was like had a whole bunch of characters.
It didn't have like solidified SDK crew yet type.
Nah, we were all young, right?
All right.
You know what I mean? No, the crew's always been the crew, but even before the crew, like we're all from the same like hood, right?
Yeah.
So we all know each other, and so we're all from Guildford and whatnot in Surrey. So so I'm in the middle of Saskatoon, and I'm out there, and I walk a block and a half from the hotel. We're staying at the Senator towards the mall, and I see a statue of Gandhi, right? And not to me, like I'm just like, yo, that's trippy. Like I came all the way. To like I know Gandhi's story enough about it at that time in my life, but I'm in the middle of Saskatoon, and here's a statue of Gandhi of all people, right?
Yeah.
Hey, good. And so I'm feeling real good now. So
got the confidence in you, yeah.
Well, I feel real good.
Yeah.
So I decide to I'm gonna go find this guy, Joey Styles. I'm gonna go find him. Okay?
Like physically find him.
I'm gonna find him.
All right.
This is what I do. I find him, right?
Okay, yeah.
Like, I've never been here,
right?
So I walk into, and I'm by myself this whole time, downtown Saskatoon. So I walk into this, like, pool hall. You go down the steps into it, real dark spot.
Yeah.
And I'm there by myself, and I'm just watching cats. I got myself a drink. I'm sitting by the bar. I'm just watching.
Yeah.
And I see this one huge cat. big guy. You know, he's got long hair, long braid. And I'm like, yo, this guy looks like he might know him. So I'm just watching him for the right time to approach. And then I approach this cat and I'm like, yo, I'm so-and-so. I'm from out of town. We're just here passing through the city. You could connect me with this cat, Joey Styles. Right? I'm looking for him.
Yeah.
Want to link up with him. Yo, this guy doesn't even put a call into Joey or nothing. Guy gives me his number.
What?
Okay? First guy I asked in Saskatoon, right?
Yeah.
First guy I approach about anything.
Boy, man, a good eye.
Right?
Yeah.
Gives me his number. Now, I come back to the hotel. I'm like, yo, okay, I think I found Joey, right? I got his number. And, you know, I called him that night. And I'm like, yeah, this is who I am. This is who I'm with.
Right.
Come to the show tomorrow. It's at the Senator. Yeah, this guy comes the next morning or the next day.
Yeah.
He's like 60 deep. Okay? He doesn't know me. He just knows, like, okay, I put a call in.
Yeah.
And he knows some of the cats there. This is where we're going to be.
Right.
But, you know.
Yeah.
Comes 60 cats. Like, you know. All rough cats too, right?
Right.
And since that day, that's my brother.
No way.
Straight up.
Damn.
Yeah.
You guys caught a vibe real quick?
Just right away. Like, took no time. You know what I mean? That's destined to be, right?
Wow.
Like, how that all worked out. Yeah.
Okay, what's the conversation? Like, you see this guy roll up. How does that exchange go?
The exchange was just like the universe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think anything was said. I think it was just,
Really?
yo.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
I really don't recall any conversation after that.
He just knew.
Yeah. We just
Damn.
knew.
Here you are 14 years later.
Like all of us. Yeah.
Damn. Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah. And we continue. We still work together. Cass, everybody, you know, everybody at F and stuff. We all got great relationship. And, yeah, we continue.
Man, yeah. Talk about the right team. Like, all those guys have seen a lot of success.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I got a lot of respect for, you know, what Ryan and the guys have put together. You know what I mean? Like, I got my own thing. And it was always a respect level amongst all of us. We're all bosses.
Totally.
That's how we move. And
you guys you bring each other up.
Yeah. We're all from the same place, you know. There's no point in us knocking each other down. You know what I mean? Like, if we knock each other down, where's the industry?
It's gone.
Right?
Dead.
I can't say it's gone. Like, it's there for somebody.
Yeah, but what is that?
But we got nothing to teach at that point.
Sure, but what's going to happen is you'll experience a dark age. Right? We just had Cass from Crescendo up here, and she was speaking on that a little bit, where she was like, yeah, I know. Real talk, we went through a dark age a little bit where we were all isolated in our camps and whatever. So you're like, okay, you're all from, you know, Guilford, right? Yeah. Cool, right? So you guys, it's easy for you guys to big up each other, right? How easy is it for, you know, a kid from Guilford to Surrey? Yeah, my bad. From Surrey,
Yeah.
like, just the whole, like, Surrey's a big place.
Yeah.
So even from Surrey, like, it's easy to big up another person from Surrey.
Yeah.
How easy is it to big up someone from North Van?
You know, I can't speak for everybody, but I'll be doing it all the time.
Of course,
like, I don't see.
Yeah.
I think that's only for cats that, you know, like, there's always people that don't travel in their life. You got to get out and see things. It's gonna leave you open minded.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen things. I've traveled.
You've been around, yeah.
You know what I mean? When I move around the city, I'm not moving, I got to go to North Van because that's a different hood. Like, I'm welcome. You know what I mean? So I'm just moving through, and these guys we're all from the same place.
Right.
Like, look, how do we end up here? Mutual relationships.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And you do the openness of you willing to come and have a conversation, right?
Right.
That's big.
I appreciate it.
That's huge.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
Absolutely. It's an honor to have you, man, with the years you have in the game and the relationships and the businesses you fostered. I mean, you got a lot inside that head. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot there. And, you know, again, just to the conversation we just had, you know, it was my job to just sit down and be like, all right, kid, you don't know a thing today. Today you don't know a thing. Right? Just and be humble like that. You speak on North Van a little bit. You've done some work with our friend Jamie Coos over there.
Yeah, Jamie. Supreme Diesel.
How'd that come about?
Yeah, I known him since Supreme Diesel. Yeah, no, how did that come about? Mixtapes.
No way.
Yeah, because he was working with a bunch of DJs. I think it was like Dub Floyd, and you know he did some production for a bunch of cats. I don't know, like some cats out of New York,
Okay.
And it'll come to me later, but I remember, and so I somehow got this mixtape to distribute, and I found out that him, being from North Van or just in the city, worked on this tape. So it was only right. So I reached out to him, and I'm like, "Oh man, I see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We should talk. We should think about doing some things." And I found out he's an engineer, and then, then I started putting tapes together. Started making mixtapes, not just distributing them at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So like, when did that click for you to be like, okay, yeah, I've hustled mixtapes for a minute now, but like I'm an artist. When did that? Were you always?
Or like an artist?
Like an artist.
I mean, like producer, artist. Like, yeah, I got my name on some music. I kind of always knew it.
Right.
I just I never been a rapper. I never was like, okay, I'm this guy.
Yeah.
I really just did it to show cats that I can do it, and you can do it too.
That's hard.
You know what I mean?
That's hard.
That's the only reason why I did it.
That's hard.
Because I used to hear the same thing you hear, and everybody like, yo, we got to be somewhere else. I won't make it here, or they don't respect me here. It's like, dog, like you just got to get yourself out the right way.
Right. You're making excuses.
Yeah. Like, and you can't even tell somebody that they're making excuses. You just got to show them. Actions speak louder than words, and that was my move. So that's what I did. Yeah.
That's cold.
And you're talking about fruition.
Absolutely.
So that was like 2016. So like I already been in the game a long ass time before I started doing this.
Damn. Damn. Yeah.
But like making mixtapes, when I was just lending my creativeness to the tapes, that started back in like that was like 06, I think.
06?
Yeah,
Wow.
05, 06.
Crazy.
Yeah.
So you do all this networking. Obviously, you connect with Jamie.
Right.
You're seeing people. You have a gift. You have a gift in communication and just catching a vibe and being able to understand, personality types and all this yada yada yada. But with that, it's easy for a kid like me to do it because I have Instagram. So on Instagram, I can go and see what you're about. I can go all the way back. I can see what your progression's like. I can see what your industry's like. I can see how you communicate, how you voice things, right? I have all these tools, all these hints, right? And then I can just slide in your DMs right there. No problem, right? That's an instant link, between person to person, so that puts a little bit of a handicap on, my skills because I never had to, Joey's in the city. All right, I'm going to go find him. Let me go down to the pool hall. That's tough.
You know what? Those were the only options we had back then, though. You had to. Like, now you have. Like, there's nothing wrong with social media.
No. Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, the fact that you can reach out to me on, like, a DM and stuff like that's amazing to me. Because, like, hell, I'm not going to lie. Like, I reach out to, like, a lot of cats through that DM. And a lot of people find me, too. And, but... just being able to communicate and walk into like no man's land, like literally, that's nothing about Saskatoon, but like I've been to like crazy places where I had to, I've been in the desert and I had to find somebody, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I found that person too. So that's what I mean by no man's land, right?
No doubt.
I've been out in Vegas, had to find people and, yeah. So,
yeah, no, for sure. But it's easy. It's easy now. It's easy now. But you have, because of that era and that time frame, just where the technology's at, you have a completely different skill set.
Yeah.
Like you have a skill set I could maybe never have.
That you can never have?
Maybe because
I don't know. We're having a conversation over here. You seem to me like the type of cat that can go and have a conversation.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. I mean, like the only real, I'll be honest with you. I mean, I used to think, before Tinder and all that I was like, man, the only way you could really go and have to go scope out and go fend for yourself is if you're, like you're gonna go try to find a beautiful lady somewhere, right? And that's the only way you really have to test your communication skills, right? Because everything else can just be online. Now you have Tinder with that too. So you know what?
Yeah. And nowadays, even the women, they don't know how to talk back. So if it's Tinder for them too.
That's it. That's a great point.
Right?
That's a great point. That's a great point for sure. So hold up, let's bring it back. So Mixed Cartel, from 99 to 08, I feel like there was a lot more going on in your life than that.
Yeah, I mean, like I was just getting to the bags, and I did that for some time, but everything I was doing up until those points was just unsustainable, right? You know, like, yeah, man, I'm from Surrey.
Right.
You know,
Right.
like,
Yeah, I got you.
like you're gonna see everything growing up
Yep.
if you want to see it. You don't have to,
Yeah.
but if you you know have the eye and you're looking that way,
And you're in
you're
those
gonna
places,
see it.
yeah.
You know, and I've seen a lot of things growing up, and at the same time, just being well traveled and always taught that there's more to this world than just where you're at.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that. My mentality was like, you know, no matter what I'm doing today, I'm always bigger than this. You know, like this is small.
Mm.
And today, like looking back, it was a lot of money that would, you know, make somebody like lose their mind.
Mm.
But I look back at it like that was just small time.
People die for 10 grand.
Yeah, people die for all kinds of things. And if you're talking about streets, yeah, man. I mean, coming up, like all my closest like family members, and I'm talking about cousins and my best friends and all that. I've lost 10, right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, people die. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
But all that just gave me the motivation to just do this.
Is that what sprouted this water business?
I mean, and
I mean, that mindset.
the drive, the mindset. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Like anything I do, you know what I mean? I think back of where I was and even where I was before that, when simpler times, you know, and we're in control of everything that we want to do. I'm in control of my destiny.
Right.
And water just made sense to me. Like, I was like, yo, this controls everybody's destiny.
Yeah.
Is this little bottle right here.
Yeah.
You know, what's inside of it?
Yeah.
You know, like, you're not going to survive. You know, there is no destiny for you if you don't have this in you.
Yeah.
So that's why that made sense to me. And
simple economics, supply and demand.
yeah, supply and demand.
Essentially.
Yeah, it's never going out of style.
Right.
People, you know, come through with and start talking shit about, oh, it's bottled and it's this and it's that. And, you know, I understand the reasons for their concern about, you know, plastics in the ocean and stuff
Totally.
like that. And as soon as we get more capital, we're going to change something. We're going to change the world through something we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm all about innovation.
Totally.
And if I can find a better way, I'm going to look for that way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Especially if it works economically.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to feed nobody like bullshit when they come and ask me about plastic bottle and all that. I just say, you know, when we get there, that's will be the first thing that we're going to address.
Right. Right.
It's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And liquidus, man. Alkaline water.
Mm.
Because let's be honest, man. When you're watching cartoons growing up and stuff like that, like DuckTales or whatever, everywhere in every cartoon, eventually there's like some episode where they're trying to find the fountain of youth or something. Right?
Okay.
Like, you watch cartoons growing up?
Yeah, of course.
You've seen it in a lot of those cartoons. They're all looking for a fountain of youth.
Hey, man, even Pirates of the Caribbean just came out. Whatever.
Right.
Yeah, same thing.
So what do they find when they get to this fountain of youth usually?
Man, what do they
Well,
find?
always.
A lake? I don't know.
Water.
Water, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, we've been programmed to seek water.
Oh.
You know? They just
Ooh.
call it a fountain of youth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it's natural.
Yeah.
Of course. So, but listen, I mean, I can stand as an outsider and say, hey, listen, you know what? Water would be a great business to be in. Obviously, you know, if we extrapolate 50 years down the line, we might be in short supply. This is something we need every day. This is a commodity that is in style and will always be in style. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to go out there and start my own water business, right? How do you get past that barrier right there? You just say, let's do it.
Distribution. Marketing. You know, a lot of businesses fail because they lack those things. They have a great idea, but they don't know how to sell it, or they don't know where to sell it. We're in the entertainment business. If you see what, you know, Diddy's doing with Ciroc, you see what Jay's doing with Ace of Spade, etc. E40's doing with his line.
He's got wines?
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you see what they're doing. They got a marketing platform.
Totally.
They got people that support them. Of course, there's a lot of money involved in a lot of these places as well, right? Not everybody's doing it for free, but they're spreading the wealth around.
Totally.
And yeah, we have the biggest platform with this entertainment. Even us right now, this is a platform.
Totally.
why don't we use it?
Yeah, absolutely. So how does what are the differences, or how do they compare distributing music to distributing water? Are there parallels there?
You said it, supply and demand. But, as far as like figuring out your distribution model and how to get it out there, I mean, there's multiple models. A lot of people come to me and they say, hey, yo, I know you're doing this water thing, but how come I don't see it on these shelves or the 7-Eleven? That's cool. But in the growth stage of the business, that's not the only place that I need to sell it. You could go to green rooms of artists around the country, even in the U.S., et cetera, and this will be there. Right? Yeah.
What made you choose that distribution model?
Just understanding like the CDs and music, right? And that is a demand. They're going to want it at that place at that time.
For sure.
And they're going to buy more than one.
They're going to buy a case, 3 cases, 5 cases.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Is it at a point where it's growing past that now?
No. I mean, it's just going to continue to grow.
Right.
I don't want to give up too much of like that model. But if anybody wants to get money with me, I mean, I'll be glad to show them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Come sit at the table.
Right.
Yeah, you can't just get that. Yeah.
You got a good idea. I mean, like, let's break bread.
No doubt. Yeah. I mean, there's enough in it for us all to eat.
Yeah.
No doubt. I hear you for sure.
And like, since mixtapes and just everything that I've done, I've always created outlets to move product and merchandise. And once you have that, and you know how to market and brand it, yeah, it's easy.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally. You've always had a mind outside of obviously you're inside the music business, but you've always had a mind outside of that business. When you started to think about that concept of moving outside of just music distribution or the music industry or the entertainment industry as a holistic entity, what was the first couple of things or industries that you looked for an entry point at?
Man, I've done a lot. I've had my hand in businesses that have worked out great. I've had my hand in businesses that didn't work out too good at all. I like businesses that have low entry points, right? That I have the marketing platform for.
Right.
I look for those now. But in the beginning, in the early stages, I was looking at a more like, what could I sell? That's, music.
Right.
Well, but I took my hand at skateboards and clothing and all kinds of things, right? But music always just, it's something that I stuck with. And I like real estate the most.
That's not a low entry point.
Yeah, one time it wasn't that high either.
If you did it right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's not just here. Like right now it's super expensive right now for anybody to get into the real estate market here in Vancouver, to be honest. But look outside of Vancouver.
Right.
Look outside of the BC. Look outside of Canada. Look outside of the North America.
Right.
There's opportunities everywhere. You might just have to do a little bit more homework, but a sound investment is still a sound investment. Right.
And diversification is powerful as well.
Yeah.
9
income streams for $1 billion, right? That's what they say.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Right.
How are you going to build up those 9?
I'm on my way. And just keep the minimal risk.
Really?
And just keep leveraging what I have. Yeah.
Yeah, building off a foundation.
Right.
Totally.
Yeah.
But with all this comes, one of the number one principles is time management. You can't run 8 businesses, effectively, some might say. Some might say, you can only diversify so far. What would you say to that?
You got to get good business managers, right? You got to get good people around you. It's going to cost you. You know what they always say is it takes money to make money. Well, invest in the right people, and everything will keep on working. But yeah, you need good business managers. You need partners. If you don't want partners, and because that's not you, and you know what I mean, you like to have more of an equity stake in your company, hire good business managers.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. But some would say good business managers will always want equity?
Kind of depends on where your business is, right?
In terms of, excuse me, what the
If it's
industry
already
is?
established, if you have an established business, your business manager's he's not gonna be looking for equity. He's just gonna be looking for ways to make it better,
Totally.
right?
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, if you're in the early stages of business and it costs you a little bit you have to give up some equity to get the right people.
Yeah.
Hey,
Give up the equity?
give up something. You don't have to give up equity. You can still do profit share,
Right.
right?
Right.
You just got to make it work for everybody.
Yeah, still, but that comes with a level of trust.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you got to know your business. Like if you don't know how a restaurant works, don't get in the restaurant business. Don't even think about hiring a business manager.
Yeah.
Don't even think about hiring a chef because you're not even going to know what they're doing. Right. So.
Totally. I think that maybe that's a pitfall for a lot of people.
People come into money, people got ideas, people got the dream, right? People have, people want to be self-hired. People want to work for themselves. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's a lot to learn that comes with it. And, what's going to make the most out of that person that's doing that investment, spending that time, that the energy, the resources is who comes out on top or who is doing it 5-10 years from now successfully.
Sure. I mean, yeah, self-hired is one thing. Self-ownership, taking equity in yourself, absolutely. But, if you want to go fast, go alone. You want to go far, go together, right? And I think that there's a certain level of, if you really want to embody legacy, embody what dynasties are, there's just no way. If you want to talk on that level, there's just no way you can do it by yourself.
No. You got to put people in position. You have to. And that's probably the true meaning of empire. I mean, you could have a huge business, but you want a big company that, this goes back to working with family. You want to have this massive company where you don't know anybody and they don't respect you? Or do you want this company where at least you can have a conversation with the people you're not going to feel weird about? And maybe they're going to give you some advice, good one or bad. Right?
Yeah.
I'd rather be on that side and dealing with, like the family and just things that kind of come along with that, as opposed to just dealing with people I don't know.
Right.
I mean, it's easy to like get rid of people if you don't like them and stuff like that, but it creates different problems.
Totally.
Workspace, workplace, morale, and all that kind of stuff is a whole different thing.
Culture.
Culture.
Totally.
I think businesses like that lack a little bit of culture. You can spend money on culture. Right? Like you Google in these companies and then Facebook, when I go and see what they got going on, man, they spend a lot of money to keep people happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. When you talk about empires, what are some of the ones you look up to? Some of the ones you try to mimic in 2018?
You know what? I can't say mimic a different empire and stuff like that because I don't know the mechanics of somebody else's empire.
Yeah.
I don't even know, like, sometimes a guy could be on top with his name, but he could own nothing in his so-called empire, right? It's just all partners and partners and partners. So I don't really try to mimic somebody's empire, but as far as business and people that I look up to, that's in this industry, I'm going to give it to the Jays and the Nipseys. And, yeah. Because they're doing something and they're creating a way out of no way.
Totally. Yeah. No, finding a way. I mean, even with industries that have low entry points, the thing with that, people do weird things when they don't have money. People do weird things when, if you're strapped for cash, you only got $50 in your bank account, you might move a way that, is not necessarily reflective of yourself. So when you talk about building an empire with places or with industries rather that have low entry points, maybe there's a couple obstacles there in terms of dealing with people that maybe are ambitious, but will move in a different way than usual.
Some people need their food at the table first. You know what I mean? To get through to them, you have to have food at the table before you're going to call them for dinner. They're not going to come here and dish a plate out for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and that's you got to look at everybody. Is this a person that's going to eat before we're all at the table, or is it, no? Does he want to eat by himself? Without getting into like the specifics of that, right? But that's the best way I can describe it, man. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. That's the best way to answer that question, actually. That's something I don't think I'll forget. Some people don't, some people need their dinner first. That's totally true. But with these, in an industry like entertainment or even athletics, you're dealing with people that have come up with nothing, right? So if you're going to direct all of my energy and all of my time, my scarcest resource, towards a business, and you don't necessarily have that plate of food for me right away, I'm going to freak out, right? Or maybe not freak out, but I'm going to feel a certain type of way. No?
That's why I wore like 10 hats in this business. That's why I chose to do everything myself first, right? From management to production to running a company, running a label. It's not easy.
Right.
Even just A&Ring and then going back and doing like management things. It's a lot of work. But if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't be able to tell somebody that, look, this is where you got to start before you ask for this. You got to be able to do what I did. If you can't do what I did, do what you do, but do it as good. Like, be the best you can be. I'm not trying to like involve myself with people that look for handouts and stuff like that, or feel like they're entitled to anything. And that's how I like to run my things, right? Run my business and stuff like that. If there's no fit for you, you don't need to be here.
So you're dealing with people from all different facets of life, especially when you're running a record label.
Yeah.
I mean, that is, talk about wearing a million hats.
Right.
Especially one that at one point was grassroots and had to come up and really grind. I mean, what's your experience been like with Flight Academy from the start?
It's been a grind. It's been a lot of pivoting. You always have to continue. You have to continuously be pivoting because things change. And you have to move and be very organized.
Could you give an example of that?
Pivot?
What way you have had to pivot?
Okay, 5-year plan, 2010. Our first 5-year plan. All right. Nobody really knows where the industry is going. Like, I know what's coming. I just know the technology's not there yet.
Right.
So it's like, that's a pivot in itself. We're going to continue to sell CDs. We're going to continue to sell merch. We're going to try to get up on the road and all this kind of stuff. Keep doing what we do. But as soon as the technology's here, we're going to be this. This is what we're going to do. I've had to pivot, probably like 2-3 times. No, twice. With Flight Academy.
Okay, with the emergence of streaming?
Yeah. And right now, the last pivot I made when the emergence of streaming was crucial, because that was the best move. And now I'm in position where I feel like we don't got to pivot. Everything's right in front of us. Yeah. We don't have to change up from what we're doing right now. Like, everything's laid out we're already into 2019, 2020. Yeah. We got the music coming out, putting artists in position to be able to like be self-sustainable businesses on their own. No, we're not a record label. The last pivot, we became a label services. You know what I mean?
Okay, speak on that a little bit.
Building, maybe you don't know, but Kevin and all these guys know that a lot of the guys around me and the artists I work with, there's a relationship. We know each other for some time, or as a friend of a friend, etc. Right? Yeah. My goal is to see these guys become businessmen and have their own businesses. Right? They might need help running a label, but that's what we're here for. Right. Right? They can go out, like, let's be honest, 60% of the musicians, well, I'll say from the time I was coming up, like maybe at that time it was like 70, 80. Everybody wanted one thing that was called, I want a label deal. I want a label deal. First thing, cats go up in the label and they say, I want a label deal. You know what I mean? They just think that because they're hot, they're going to get a label deal. The label's going to come and give them a bunch of money so they can go and have a record label. At that point, it's just an imprint. Right. You know, the
Right.
labels know, like, okay, if you want a label deal, can you run a label?
First and foremost.
Right? Like, do you have a team?
Can you do this?
Is it more than just you and your best friend right here?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
know?
Yeah. So when you say get a label deal, explain that for listeners a little bit, because I mean, there's a couple obvious examples. Maybe Dreamville or even Rockefeller or even Nipsey's. Gosh, why can't
All money in.
All money in.
Yeah.
Right. Those are some obvious examples of label deals, but what are the intricacies of that? Because as an artist deal, you're getting one thing, and as a label deal, you're getting another thing.
Can you run a company? That's first and foremost. Can you run a company without screwing the money in? It's a business, right? Like like you go raise tech, right?
Yeah.
You deal with a lot of tech, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before these guys go for their round fundings and whatnot, what's the question that they do in their due diligence? Is there a business here?
Yeah. Do you make money?
Right. Do you make money?
Yeah.
And if it's worth their time to invest, like if they're gonna look past, like there's just an app or whatever here,
Yeah.
they know that they're taking on a lot of like the back end duties, and they're prepared to do that.
In some cases, all
all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So like a label's gonna, like a big label like Universal, all these companies are gonna look at it like that.
Right.
You know, if we put this money and this power, because it's power, like if we give you this power, what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. How much of this weight of your load are we going to have to carry?
Right.
Right. People don't understand that. There's a lot of, you could call it a carrying broker, but what it is, okay, so you're going to have the client facing side, and then all of the administration and the back office and the middle office, that's going to fall on us. Is that what you're saying?
They're okay doing it, but what are you going to have to give them back, right? And nowadays, like that's where the 360 deals and all that come into play, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm in label services, because I got artists around me, but they're learning by watching what we're doing. And they can find different avenues to grow.
Right.
If they're not good at running a company and stuff like that, I'm gonna look at it the same way. Like, I don't think you're capable of running a business, but if that's your dream, and then we have a history, maybe we might be able to provide that. You know what I mean?
But that's a lot of time.
It's still gonna. But you know what? With that being said, it's like we're independent, right? Doesn't mean we're putting the money up for everything.
Right.
We know what to do.
Right. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
That's a damn good point too.
We're gonna invest in what we know there's a business there. Like if there's a business there, we'll invest.
Right. A functional profitable
business, profitable.
Right. How many pages, or maybe none at all, but how cognizant were you of what Travis and Tech Nine did over there at Strange Music?
Yeah, just independent built it, and you know what, they have other companies that they work with. I'm pretty sure they have another partner that might be just good at like management and whatnot as well. Another company that helps them, but they did an amazing job, man.
Unreal.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion, changed the game.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think everyone used to preach that methodology, and I hadn't seen it like on a national scale like that. Like for a while there, he was at the forefront, doing tracks with Lil Wayne and stuff like that. Like he changed the dynamic of what an independent powerhouse was able to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So when we look at what Flight Academy has going on, what are your goals coming up? Like you said, you see 2019, you see 2020, we're essentially there, right? You see music moving in a certain direction. You said you're pretty much in a position to just line them up and knock them down, essentially. Let's put in the groundwork and run now. When you say or when you kind of preach that in terms of we don't have to pivot anymore, we're just here, what are some of the things you're looking at to accomplish in 2019, 2020, 2021, et cetera, in the near term?
I mean, we have a platform. Like Flight Academy Music is a platform. This one's going to rub this one's going to, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Rub some feathers the wrong way here. Tickle some feathers, or whatever the saying is.
That's fine.
We are the biggest self-distributed independent urban label self-distributed.
Right.
And I'm talking about worldwide.
Yeah.
In the top 3 in the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the other 2, I don't even know who they are. Oh no, Urban? That's us. Sorry. But like we're one of 3 when it comes to independent labels.
Right.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah.
What made you do so? Okay, that's a milestone.
Yeah.
For sure. Right. That
distribution. Okay. Like people doubt. They say, oh, CDs, vinyl. Who's buying that stuff? A lot of people. A lot of people are still buying it. And like, how do you say no to money? How do you say no to that extra 1,000 physical copies? Like the one thing I don't understand, we'll get more into the question, right? But here's one thing that ticks me off about artists too. When I tell them about physical copies, the first thing they say is, does anybody buy that anymore? It's like, how do you even know? Have you ever sold like 5,000 units of a CD to say that it's not selling? If you move like 100,000 units and now you're moving 5,000, I'm going to say, yeah, you're right. It's not moving like how it used to. Right?
If you move none.
Yeah. How you going to tell me?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. That's a Pareto improvement right there. You're leaving money on the table.
Yeah, leaving money on the table. And like, you got Facebook, you got Instagram, you got all these things that, all these tools to go out there and, send your message out there, way out in the world.
Yep. Yeah. Sure. No.
And there's a lot of people out there that still buy this stuff. So distribution and just our platform, like technology-wise, and just in about before the year's out, we'll be have our own music licensing platform direct to YouTube. So anybody that's watching this, just know that you can utilize. There's, you'll be able to come to our site, be able to license our music direct, and take it to your YouTube channel, and basically, monetize it yourself.
How the hell else would they do it? Like, if Bruno comes out with a song, or not even Bruno, like I don't even know, like say, just a local artist, Justin even, maybe, or say Justin Bieber comes out with a track. I want to use it in my vlog.
Yeah.
How do I go about that without copyright infringement?
Licensing.
Who do I call?
Well, when you're talking about like Justin Bieber and stuff
sure. So that's a bad example. Let's say Nip. Let's say I want to use,
You'd have to get it, them, their company, or Atlantic. Depends. Right. I'm pretty sure you got to get it them.
Yeah.
Right? You got to get it them, and they're going to say, like, this is how they're going to have their terms. And if it works under their terms, then you're going to license their music. If it doesn't work, you'll be on to the next one. But our entire catalog will be available to any YouTube creators from this point forward. Cat's out the bag, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's what's
that's major key.
2019, right?
That's a major key.
Yeah.
Yeah. What made you go the self-distribution route rather than cutting distribution deals traditionally?
I mean, I got distribution deals, but they're not like those kinds with like the big labels give you, etc.
Yeah.
Right? Like I have partners in different countries, like in Japan, etc. But I have the same partners that the other companies have.
That's leverage.
Yeah.
That's leverage.
Right? My partners are their partners. So. That's
powerful.
Yeah.
That's essentially taking all the power out of the corporation.
We are a corporation.
Well, exactly.
But just like, I came up, I'm from Surrey, people didn't think I was going to take music serious because they thought I was too street for this or whatever. You know what I mean? Like they didn't like count me out of the race.
Yeah.
They said, we know he could do something, but they didn't think I was going to be in this long.
Yeah.
Like I might have moved on to something else is what everybody thought.
Or even like you say, you're doing multiple businesses, but the fact that you're still keeping, this label so close to your heart and grinding with it so much, as addition to, again, like you just said, 9, like it's coming together in my mind right now, just talking to you, 9 income streams, obviously, right? There's multiple ways to approach this, right?
Yeah.
Even in this, I talk about this all the time. Like we have, we've been on a run for 10 years, right? Or 9 years, if you will, economically, right? And it's all peaches and fucking cream right now. Right. But let's talk about in 3 years when shit hits the fan, or in 2 years, or, hell, we had a scary day in the markets today. And so, being able to put your neck out and saying, yeah. Listen, I know I started with this. I'm still with this. And then we're also going to diversify. How confident are you that you can weather that storm, that economic storm, or how are you going to try to mitigate those risks a little bit? Because that's a risk I think a lot of people aren't even thinking of, because right now it's all peaches and cream, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there might be some storms coming up.
You got to shake and move. You got to evolve. You got to evolve fast. That's that pivot. You got to pivot when the world's pivoting. You know what I mean? If you don't move with the way things are going, you're going to be left behind. And like, you know, sometimes you have to hold back. Sometimes you got to be like, no, everybody's going this way. I got to stay here. Bring in CDs and vinyl, right? You know, when these guys stop looking at it, now we're winning.
Dude, if there's like, you know what CD I need right now? 444. I need that CD.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's vinyls I still need.
Yeah.
There's 100%. I'm willing to go out and spend that $20 or whatever it is. Of course.
There you go.
It's not even like a question either. It's like, no. I need that.
But you know what? Flight Academy Music. We don't want to give artists, like, we don't want to just take your CD and put it on the shelves. There's data there. You know what I'm saying? We want to offer a user experience, right? We want, you know, we got a couple pilot projects happening right now where we're gonna give that fan that goes out and purchases a CD a little bit more. Well, actually, a lot more.
Okay.
And like, I'm talking about user experience. They might be able to go and, you know, have a contact with their favorite artist. They might get some shows to a ticket.
Have an experience.
Right? More than just like, hey, get entered to win.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. Which, you know, served its purpose. And
it's cool. Like, still, like, there's nothing wrong with enter to win.
Yeah.
Not at all, because somebody's going to win that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not taking nothing away from
and
it.
1,000 other people are going to enter to do it. So.
It's just watered down. Like, enter to win is watered down.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Do you know anything about Ryan Leslie and about Superphone at all? Have you heard of that at all? I don't know
if he's hearing this, I think I tried to ask him about it. I ain't heard back from no one Ryan Leslie yet, but
no way.
Shouts out to him.
For real.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I think I contacted the Superphone. I don't know. Right?
Yeah,
like,
you texted him?
Yeah. So I wanted to see what it's about, but
no,
shouts out to what they got going on.
For sure.
It's a CRM, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
CRMs are incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Maybe the most powerful software technology, like data retention, is unreal.
Right.
You know, being able to remarket and repurpose that. I don't know if you know the story about, you know, Superphone at all, but essentially, you know, Ryan Leslie's Grammy-nominated producer. You know, he did he had a debut album, signed to Diddy, debut album. I think it did, I want to say 200,000 units. Second album, which was actually Grammy nominated. So technically a better album, turned around and did, I think, 90,000 units. I might be making those numbers up.
No, I don't think so.
Something around that.
Yeah.
And he went to his label and said, well, what's going on here? This is clearly the better album. I've clearly grown as a producer. You know, why are we not selling these units like we did on the first run? And his first question was, you know, why didn't we sell to the people that bought the first one? And their answer was, well, we don't know who bought the first one. iTunes doesn't tell us that.
Right. So, and that's the business that we're in.
Yeah.
You know, like when it comes to distribution and stuff like that, we're in line, and we got a lot of big artists, like projects that are coming out under this model. You know, like, I don't know, when Ryan Leslie calls me and we could talk more about what he's got going on, which I'm really interested, so you should call me. You know, my information's out there. But in the meantime, we're going to do it in the best way that we know how.
Right.
And we're going to implement the technology that's at our disposal.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Totally.
Do you think that there's what's more valuable to you, gaining, let's say, $50 or $100 in sales, or gaining actual data on a consumer that has bought with you previously? So let's say you got their information, if you will, their preferences or whatever it is. Maybe you have some social data on them, whatever, versus actually converting a sale on them. Which one would you rather?
I mean, the data is going to help you convert sale, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, data is also going to help you understand your audience further. If if the data for that one person doesn't speak a sale, it's still going to help you sell to someone else, right?
It's more valuable.
Yeah.
Totally. I'm listening to you talk. I'm listening to you explain concepts and methodologies and different business models. And your energy is very different. Most people probably already know that about you, right? And just being introduced to you, is something you can pick up on very quickly. A lot of people, when they enter into conversations or even into relationships, there's a need to talk, let me say. So I can feel secure in myself expressing myself because I know that's me. To me, the most secure man, and I don't mean to blow smoke up your ass, but is someone that can sit back and say, nah, I'm comfortable with the situation, not having to talk, right? Because the less you talk, the more the other person then feels insecure and then feels the need to fill that void, often ends up revealing information that, they shouldn't have necessarily revealed. And not to make everything a power game, but that's a skill. How did you get that? How did you be able to sit down at a conversation or in a table or whatever the context is and say, you know what? Let me just let's see where they go with that.
You know what? I'm just kind of straight to the point with people. I don't know how to bullshit with people. But if I'm in a situation where I have to be like that, yeah, let's best believe I'm going to be like that. But I mean, when people divulging information to me and stuff like that, I don't look at it anything more than they want to share that with me. I might have said something to trigger that. Sometimes I'm not trying to just get information. I'm not just trying to get it. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Right.
Okay, we can have something. We're on the same page. We're on the same frequency. We can have a conversation about this. And for me, I think the one thing that helps me and, people give me a lot of information is the fact that it just usually stays with me.
Trust.
Well, I know it always stays with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only time it goes anywhere else if they told me to pass that. But you know what I mean? I don't put people's business out there.
Totally.
Right? And that could be the Fortune 500 company or whatever. If I got a relationship, if my relationship with you is you tell me something, that's between us.
Right.
But I look at that same thing between all the companies. I don't look at an NDA. My life comes with a non-disclosure agreement on it. It's pre-signed. You know what I mean? It's pre-dated.
Damn.
So even if it's a 500 or a Fortune 500 company, what you're going to tell me, that's for me to know. Because you shared that information with me. And if I'm trying to go out and tell the whole world and stuff like that, it's useless.
Right. You become useless in turn.
Me coming on this show and just even having this conversation and telling you about this is the platform, this is what I got going on. Yeah, think about. Yeah, it's done. It's ready. It's going out there. Yeah. There's nobody to beat me to the punch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Right.
Yeah, you're kind of just getting in your own way, in a way, if you don't.
Yeah, but I mean, so I wouldn't say that I'm out there just trying to get information from people. If someone's comfortable around me enough to say something like that, I'm just there to listen. Yeah.
Interesting. That's very, very interesting. I don't think that is an answer that I would get from a lot of high-level businessmen like yourself. It's very honorable. Don't get me wrong. I mean, a lot of people that I talk to, they'll say, there's a cliche of just, build good business, do good business. We just had a Zell North here from Manila Gray, and I said, listen, how did you build this fan base? He said, we just, everywhere we went, we just made sure everybody got paid constantly. Yeah. If you did something for us, we're making sure, and I'm going to handle it personally. Right. And he said, that's how we built this business. And I was, and you hear that, you hear that in just around, and you're like, yeah, but do high level business people do that?
Yeah. You know what? I didn't grow up in a boardroom.
Right.
The square that we ate at was very different. right? So I don't know. Like, if somebody's telling you something, we're not like, if my cousin or whoever or maybe is telling me something, it's not to leave. So I just like what I learned growing up. That's just kind of how I apply myself. If somebody is on the other side and they're trying to take advantage of that, they're never gonna win.
Yeah.
Because his reputation's everything, even in the business world.
Yeah.
Even with like, I don't really consider myself like a high level business guy, but you know, I've done well for myself, and I'm gonna continue to keep doing what I do. But yeah, man, it's like in that world, like people talk, man. Karma's a real bitch.
Karma's a motherfucker for
Yeah.
sure, for sure. You ever read or heard of 48 Laws of Power?
Oh,
Ever
yeah.
heard of that book?
Of
Read
course.
that book?
Yeah, of course. It's a great book.
Crazy. Yeah.
I like to read. You know what I mean? I read a lot of books like that, like, you know, Art of War, Sun Tzu, 48 Laws, The Secret. Yeah, a lot of books.
Find time to read though. Is that not tough? God
At
damn.
one time, that's all you could do. When I want to learn something, I'll take the time.
Right.
You know? If I'm really into it and I want to know that, I'm going to read it.
Right.
Yeah.
You have a intuitive nature from just looking at your businesses from an outsider point of view. Obviously, we have no business dealings, but you know, you spoke earlier on partnership and building others up, building equity in other people. That's a lot of giving. You know, like it seems as if you've given a lot of platforms to a lot of people in various different ways. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think that you constantly feel comfortable in giving equity to other people, building equity in other people rather, right? Has that been instrumental to you at all?
We're in the music business.
Right.
Nobody taught me how to do this. You know what I mean? Like, people have been kind and generous to give me information once they've learned that this is what I'm into.
Right.
Right. But nobody really came and said, you know, here's $1 million. Figure, like, go do it. We believe in you.
Right.
You know, like business dealings that came after that, and, you know, obviously is different. But so when, you know, people around me and stuff like that have no other options, like I got a lot of people around me that this is all they might be able to do in their life. And this is what they might be good at.
Right.
You know? So if I can't at least give that person an opportunity, like, what is my purpose?
That's a great point.
You know what
That's
I mean?
a great point.
Right?
That's a
like,
great point,
what
yeah.
did I leave behind?
Yeah.
What's your
legacy?
What are they going to tell my kids? Right? People talk shit. That's cool. That doesn't, you know.
that's neither here nor there. But I mean, you just have this innate intuition to put other people on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I tell people all the time, artists, you know, if I had the opportunities that you have right now, I'd be jumping at it. Yeah.
You do a lot of artist mentorship.
Yeah. I would say mentorship is the main thing. It's not even about like financially I might put somebody on.
Sure.
But I look at it that, you know, if I take the time to give you some game, I'm giving you something that's a piece of me. You know, what you choose to do with it at that point is entirely up to you. But if I see that somebody's not utilizing what I gave them in the correct fashion, you know, I might not want to give them more game in the future. That's at the point where you're just bumping your head.
Well, yeah.
You know?
Knowledge is time is a limited resource, right? So the amount of time you invest in people, obviously you have to be cognizant of that for sure. But it seems as if you've always, or you have a community mentality. Yeah. Was that cultural or family, or how did that?
Yeah.
How did you get that? Because I have people that I work with where I'm like, I just wish you had that about you. You know, I wish, like, you're so self-centered is a bad word, but you're very concerned about how you're gonna win. Like, why don't you understand? Like, hey, if you take a partnership here, if you work with other people, if you really build your community up, we're all gonna win. I want to instill that in other people. How did that get instilled in you?
You know what? This is a big city, and there's a lot of talent out here. But at the end of the day, it's like if we don't think like community, no one's gonna hear it.
Yeah.
This is not gonna get out there.
Yeah.
You know. Pardon me for 1 second. Like,
Yeah, no problem.
a lot of, I get that question comes out a lot. And it's important to give back. It's important. Like, I got a lot of knowledge that even at one time I didn't want to just reveal everything I knew about this business. Mind you, I was learning a lot as I'm going, but now I got something to give. So if I, it's important to kind of like, share stories and give game to these young artists and just people in general, because that's what's going to shape the rest of the, the history of the city.
Right.
That's going to shape the next wave.
The next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years.
It's going to be longer, next 100, right? It's what we do today is got to think ahead, right?
Right.
Plan all the way to the end.
Totally.
Right?
No small plans.
No, only big.
Only big plans.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long we've gone, but I don't care at this point. A good conversation is a good conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm really curious to pick your brain in terms of what's on your radar, technology wise, or just macro trends that you're thinking about today in 2018 that's going to affect your businesses, not only music or water or other ventures.
AI is going to affect everything. Whether it's going to affect, someone's going to be bad, a lot of it's going to be good. But AI is here to stay, and artificial intelligence is going to help us in many ways.
For the good, hopefully.
You know what? Like, there's good people in this world, there's bad people in this world.
Yeah.
They all got AI.
Yeah.
What they choose to do with it is that's what's going to be good and bad. But blockchain's going to be a big one.
Crypto.
Not necessarily crypto,
but blockchain as a technology.
Blockchain and how, like, the channels and the speed of how people can get royalties distributed, et cetera, and sales.
Can you speak on that a little bit? A lot of people might not know the difference between Bitcoin and crypto versus blockchain as a technology. Like that was a key insight right there. Speed in terms of information. What is, to your knowledge, the blockchain technology?
It's like it's a to B to C solution. Like it's a beginning to end solution. That's how I look at it. Okay. Right? If you got a sale in music and you want to split that with, I don't know, the producer or label, well, that could be done without somebody sitting there with a pen and pad and an accountant. It's just gonna divvy up right away. Right. And go into their accounts. And that's the cool thing about blockchain, without getting too intricate.
Sure.
Blockchain is going to allow us to do that. Speed. Yeah.
Security.
Security with all these things this is the question. And there are going to be some problems.
Of course.
Right? Mm-hmm. Anything but it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, the technology absolutely is not going anywhere. No, I couldn't agree more. How are you going to look to utilize both those two things? Is there a way in your mind? Because when I think about, the businesses you're involved in, I don't see a direct route to fully utilize both those technologies. Maybe I'm completely wrong.
Put it this way, like, you got sales of CDs and sales of digital copies and streams and downloads, etc., right? Everybody kind of understands that model now. I get a stream, I get a royalty.
Yep.
I get a sale, I get paid, right? They know that's coming from digital and they're coming from physical. Mm-hmm. But you can actually get paid out of crypto as well. You know how they're mining for Bitcoins?
Yep.
Like I got music in the world that's collecting crypto right now. I'm getting paid crypto dollars and cryptocurrency just for people streaming my music.
I ain't gonna lie, you lost me on that one.
Yeah, right. There's technology out there that's like in companies and new startups that are they want to instead of you earning a royalty, like $1 royalty, they're paying you this royalty in crypto.
Okay.
Right? Mm-hmm. And it's a crypto market.
Right.
So like the people over there aren't trading in dollars. They're giving you cryptocurrency for your streams.
Right.
And they're donating to you, etc. Yeah,
I didn't know that. Wow.
And all that's distributed through blockchain.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's instant.
And it's instant.
Very, 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 very cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Wow.
And like, you know, even, give me a second.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take this call for one second.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Hello.
What's up, Kahan?
Hey.
How you doing, brother?
I'm in an interview right now. Are you off work?
What's our time at right now?
Please do. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Fuck.
That was like maybe 10 minutes.
Awesome. That's great.
Okay. Let's try to wrap.
Thanks.
Can I
Bye.
click here?
Yeah, I'm in no rush. That was a
Cool.
good call.
No, it's all good. Good
Yeah.
stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, like. So where are we at right
So
now?
we were at cryptocurrency getting paid in those currencies,
Yeah.
and with that blockchain technology, but I'm still. So these are distributors that
They're
are.
distributors like streaming sites that are
Okay.
starting up that just basically embrace paying their artists in crypto,
Wow.
right? And this is a thing. Like it's all under beta testing and whatnot now,
Mm-hmm.
but you'd be surprised. There's probably 100,000 artists out there in the world that are already using it.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is like relatively new. Like I probably just dropped a bomb on a lot of people.
You just dropped a bomb on me for
Yeah.
sure. You were like, I was like, excuse me.
One thing it is like just coming from like always being into computers and making websites and all that at an early age, the beginning of the internet.
Yeah.
I could say.
Yeah.
Like I've always tried to stay ahead of technology.
Yeah.
And try to invest in these things. Like my portfolio is investing into companies and stuff like that early
Right.
because we might need that at some point in time. And investing in blockchain and crypto and stuff like that was something I got into. But yeah, the future for a lot of people that there's another revenue stream out there in crypto. What that's gonna like? Let's be honest, crypto's here to stay,
Yeah.
right? So
in
why
one,
wouldn't
in
you?
one form or another.
Yeah, why wouldn't you want to get this? And these are the type of things I look for the artists that I work with.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
when I'm working with artists and stuff like that, I like them to have as many income streams going forward. So, but it's cool to know about them. It's another thing to implement it all where it can make it sustainable, right?
And have the capital to deploy.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people out there that are already developing this technology.
Right.
It's just getting in the room, getting a conversation, and just going forward. I think, guys like Nipsey and all them, they've done a great job with that stuff. From
Absolutely.
what I've seen,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Again, I'm just seeing from the outside, and I'm not in those circles at all. But
Yeah.
watching that development has been astounding because, like, just the evolution of this is the dude from the corner of Crenshaw and Slauson. You know what I mean? Like he setting up a table on the side of the street to sell T-shirts to leading the charge in technology and crypto. That's unreal to me. That's crazy. I can't even comprehend that level of growth.
For all of us on that same frequency, he's the first one to tell the world.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm saying it now. I don't know who said it before me, but yeah.
Yeah.
Now, like, we're on that the world's open.
Yeah.
Like, the cat's out the bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he was putting a lot of cats out in that game and how they commit. I think he was just talking about crypto in general. I don't think he was talking about getting paid
no,
in
I know
crypto for
I've never
streams
heard. I've
and
never
stuff.
heard that at all.
Yeah.
Like period. So
Yeah.
I know I'm not exactly. I don't know. I don't know what that man's investments are, but
Yeah.
I know that he was on that wave, so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, that development to me is mind blowing, and
Yeah.
I know that he might be the first to actively speak and actively engage his audience in that dialogue. But I mean, there's a lot of people obviously behind the scenes like yourself that have been working within that framework for quite some time and continue to work within it. Now, you just mentioned, okay, and now maybe I want to put an artist onto the game of using crypto for payment services or whatever it may be, new technologies, diversifying income streams. There's a time, if I'm your artist, I'm going to say, the fuck I need Big Homie for? Well,
Yeah, but that's why it makes more sense to get in the business of label services. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like, cool, if you could do this better than we do, by all means,
do it.
do it. You know? Like, I'm not, like, can I hate on anybody for doing, like, this is a big world, right? But, like, what I do and what my team does, we're going to be good at that.
Right.
So if you need us, we're here.
I love that answer.
Don't need us, like, yeah.
So you're saying it's neither here nor there.
Yeah. Like, we have our own platforms. Like, if you're driving income streams from certain things, just keep in mind, like, if you're not doing with us, you might not have that particular income stream because that's our own platform.
It's a good point.
Right?
It's a good point.
And like, yeah, there's no hard feelings or anything. It's just business. But, you'll be missing out on that.
Yeah, no, for sure. You might, I mean, that's a dumb move either way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to make that look like a smart thing to do.
I'm glad you brought it up because, you know what, that's a big question for a lot of labels and startups and stuff like that. If I'm in this, the biggest thing is to like why we had a dark age.
Yeah.
It's because, for one, you got a lot of people that don't know what's going on, and you got a few that did know what's going on. And how do you go and just tell everybody this is what you do?
Right.
Right? You want to either you're going to create competition, or you're going to spend all your time investing in the people and trying to teach them a way, and it's not really amounting
it's not
to
beneficial.
what you could have kept doing on your own, right?
Right. Even within that now, what does your day-to-day look like now?
My day-to-day is like wake up early, have breakfast, spend time with my family. Around 9 o'clock, I get on my phone is set, like, you know what I mean? All your calls will come through.
Yeah.
But at 9 o'clock, they'll all come through. Like, so I won't even see them before that. And I have block times where I won't even see my phone between certain times. Like, it won't even tell me that you have a call or you missed a call.
Yeah.
And that helps.
Yeah.
I get to unplug in that time. And then I'll head to my office, man. I'll go over with my team what we need to do, what we got done for the week, standard stuff.
Yeah.
And then where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty simple. But I mean, now that you're a family man, I mean, it's that block time out is quintessential.
Yeah, you definitely need that. But yeah, you got to be real. You got to be a magician. You know what I mean? I'm getting there. I'm not a David Blaine status or whoever yet, right? Houdini.
Right.
But I'm doing my best to juggle everything. Like, I wouldn't even say music and entertainment, but being like having a family and stuff like that. It's not easy. Like being a CEO, and like that's like there's one of those buzzwords like everybody likes to throw around, right?
Yeah.
But like, no, my company and everything it says CEO, my papers, like corporation CEO, right? Like, and I run it like that.
Yeah, executive officer. Like I'm out
being
here.
a CEO is tough.
Yeah,
there's a lot of work.
Yeah,
like everything comes back to me. If I make a misstep, the rest of your company is gonna be confused. Like if I don't provide the correct information, to my VP or whoever's in charge or my assistant, it messes everything up.
Right.
So, and I've had those days. I've had those days where I'm like, I just want to kick something.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything's going wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, like, everything's going wrong for that time, at that moment. But you know what? You got to have your backup plans and be able to wrangle it in real quick.
In a week or in a month, we'll be all right.
Yeah. The guys I feel, the guys that got it real tough are the managers in this business.
Oh, yeah?
Especially like the artist managers and stuff like that. Because nowadays with social media and stuff, you never know what an artist is going to do or say. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, hold on.
Yeah.
If somebody says the wrong thing or does the wrong thing, you got to like.
Could you imagine being Kanye's manager? Oh my gosh.
You know what? Like, I don't know, man. Either he's really crazy or he's really smart. Like, I don't know.
Or both.
Yeah. There's got to be that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I respect it. Like the whole thing with Pablo and Pablo Picasso and just what he's doing. It is art.
Yeah, and totally.
They're going to talk about him for a long time to come. So I respect it.
Yeah, that's legacy right there. Absolutely. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you more, but
like, from a label standpoint, like if Kanye said, "Hey man, I want to come work with you guys," I ain't gonna say no.
Let me put that out there real quick. No doubt. But hey man, like even within the parameters of your day to day, you got family time. Obviously, you got to run these companies. Where the fuck is the time to sit down with a young up and comer and do some mentoring? How do you finagle that in there? That's tough because that takes time. A lot of time.
I mean, I got set times.
You got set
like,
times?
yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I don't take meetings like I have everything scheduled in my day.
Yeah.
You know,
Damn.
I'm usually spend more time with my team.
Yeah.
So like they already know what to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How did you planning an organization isn't top of mind for a lot of people.
You gotta have good people around you, man.
Yeah.
And like, if I'm kicking someone's ass, they gotta be kicking mine, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Got to be open to that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like, I may be in the position I'm in, but that doesn't mean that, it's only my opinion matters.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably keep some smart people around you.
Yeah, I got good people around me.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people that I like people that can let's be honest. Like, I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to listen to just anybody.
Of course.
Yeah. So I got good people around me. My circle is small. But like my extended, group of friends and just support system and stuff like that, I got a lot of good people around. Like even guys like like Kevin and
guys
stuff like
in
that.
the room, yeah, for sure.
I have a lot of people. Like I can always hit people up, and I have that kind of relationship where I'm going to get us a good, like real advice if I need it, or I can give it.
Yeah,
and then good conversations, anything, whatever I need in my day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try to just bog myself down with work. Sometimes I may take that time to just call somebody and say, "What's up?" Because you can learn something from that, or it could be good for the rest of your day. So. Word of advice to all CEOs or whatever, anybody in this business: don't hesitate to call somebody to just say hello, because you might make that person's day. You might make your own day. Like, forget about just the business. Call somebody, say hello, and it will help throughout your day.
Seems simple.
It seems simple. Yes, it's not simple for everybody, but what it does for you, and for yourself, especially if it's a good conversation online, with business, it's wonderful. Yeah, it does wonders. Yeah, it's like a little magic. Yeah, you sprinkle in your day, man. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that for sure.
Wouldn't sound like, like I'm sure somebody else would be like, I wouldn't expect them to say that. But you weren't expecting that, but sure, that's part of the secret, man.
I know. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Yeah. Even with that, having that group of people around you, I think that. Building a culture, it's one of the things I struggle with constantly, even within friends, not even within business, but building a culture of complete and utter honesty. Damn, that's tough.
Yeah,
that's tough. That's something I'm 10, 20 years from figuring out. Like, how do I keep 50 people or 10 people around me that are like, no matter the situation, I need you to keep it bulletproof honest.
You're not. You know what I mean? You're not. Like, it literally sounds impossible because it is. You can't.
Damn it, man! I needed the answer on that.
Your main guys around you.
Yeah.
Right. Like, the structure of your business is what's gonna make sure that that's happening. Yeah. But like, realistically, if you're running a business the right way, you only got to talk to like 4 people. Yeah. Right. And they might have to deal with the next group of people that deal with the next group of people. Right. I mean? So I don't try to like talk to 50 people in a day for everybody to try to keep it honest. As long as there's 4 people around me, keep it honest with me and 100 with me every day, I'm good.
Very cool.
Whatever they got to deal with and stuff like that, if somebody's not keeping honest with them, we'll talk about it. And then we'll make a decision.
It'll get brought up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very cool. So what can we expect out of you in the next little bit here? What where are we going to see your name pop up? Can you drop anything on us or what?
Yeah. I got another project coming out here in the new year. So that's Fruition Part 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So this will be my next production album. I got a lot of projects that I was working with over the past couple of years. Like we just dropped Samson T. Yep. Jordan, Jared Yan.
Big artist. Yeah.
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 And I mean, like some other production credits with my boys, like that got music coming out.
The list is long.
Yeah.
The list is long.
Everybody. Yeah. Show much respect to everybody. You know what I mean? I want to like go over that list, but that's all the who's in the city and stuff like that you can imagine, or you see me in my gram and who I'm working with. I'm working with them all. Yeah.
We're
doing good.
constant.
Yeah.
And I see you around, man, whether that's, you know, locally with guys, whether that's Brev or whether that's Tory, even if that's Tory Lanez or whoever it is. Like, there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people I see you out here with.
Yeah, I get myself around, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I move, you know, I move around. I meet people. Can never be around. Can't be afraid to do that in this business. You got to get out. You got to talk to people. You got to keep conducting business, man. You know. And fortunately for me, man, yeah, I've met a lot of good people around the way, and I continue to meet good, like, you know, all your favorite artists and stuff like that. A lot. I get into conversations with, and that, you know, I feel blessed to
have that conversation.
You know, even if I'm not doing business with them, there's something that, you know, I might have got from them, or they may have got from me. Like, it's some game, and that's why we're never going to stop doing this.
Yeah, that's priceless right there. Yeah, totally. It doesn't matter, what the size of the deal is, for sure.
Yeah.
So say if there's someone that's listening to this right now, maybe there's someone that wants to reach out to you, maybe there's a young gun that wants to talk to you, or maybe there's someone that's listening to this and wants to, you know, maybe has a business proposition for you or something to bounce off of you. Where can they maybe get at you at?
Best place to reach me is my email.
Yeah.
CITTO@flightacademymusic.com.
There it is. You just gave it to you. There you go.
Yeah.
That's a key.
Hit me in my email.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you've got a mutual friend of mine, hit them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, you'd be able to get through. You'll be able to get through a lot faster that way. But I look at all my emails. Yeah. If you're emailing that one, you know, everything comes through me.
That's what's up.
So I mean, that's good. DM me.
Yeah.
Hit me on Instagram.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
like,
Hustle.
Yeah. Hit me on
Hustle.
Instagram. Get at me. Add me up. And yeah, we can talk business. I try, you know, and I try to talk to everybody that DMs me.
No. Oh, really?
I try to. You know, you can, like,
Yeesh.
I kind of know how to filter, like, from, like, the bullshit, right? But, you know, like,
Yeah.
but I try to talk to everybody.
Yeah. Dope. Well, I mean, listen, I appreciate it, and I'm sure we'll have follow-up conversations, and we'd love to have you back sometime. And shout out to everyone that's gonna, you know, take advantage of, you know, the game you just dropped. I appreciate you. Yeah. Thank you for coming on, guys. There's been another one. And if you do have questions, follow up. Don't leave, you know, maybe you listen to this podcast and you're writing notes, or maybe, you know, follow up on that bullet point. Right? Don't leave that stone unturned, right? Go reach out. So I appreciate you, brother, and until next time, that was a real one.
Likewise, man.
Thank you, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely.